Not just Bollywood, most Indians are speaking out too, which should be a good thing in an ideal world, but we do not live in an ideal world. The voices we hear are heavily politicized. The conflict seems intractable and has reached the courts. Today, the Supreme Court of India refused to stay the amended law. It will hear the case next month. But politics has turned a sensitive issue into a religious divide. On WION Edit, we'll explore what this means for India. Today, the Apex Court issued notices to all the petitioners challenging the citizenship law. A three-judge bench headed by Chief Justice Bobde asked the centre to file the response by the second week of January. The next hearing is on the 22nd of January. In the meantime, no stay on this law. It holds. The rules of the law are yet to be framed, and there is no question of a stay on something that has been passed in both houses of Parliament. The court also asked the government to publish details of the Act in the media so that people know the specifics more clearly. This should calm frayed nerves, but it hasn't. Blame the politics again. Politicians on both sides, for and against this law, are stirring the emotions with polarizing speeches. If the Home Minister spoke about nationwide NRC, the opposition is projecting a dire situation for the Muslims of India, talking about General Dyer, Jallianwala Bagh and the possibility of riots. What is this fear-mongering? If politicians keep their free speech responsible, the protests will continue to be protests. But the political class of India is making this discourse poisonous. This is not a religious exercise. Any rise in communal tensions can lead the country to a dangerous path. So political parties must stop seeking mileage from this unrest. Let there be protests, and let there be peace in these protests. India has a judiciary for a reason. If you disagree, go to the courts. Also, instead of identifying protesters by their clothes, the government can try to address their concerns. Threats do not help. Student protests are a part of democracy. The biggest political movements the world over have originated in universities. But letting these protests degenerate into violent outbreaks is unacceptable. The responsibility lies with India's politicians.